Grateful Doe. In the summer of 1995, a car carrying two men in their 20s crashed in Virginia, tragically taking their lives. The driver was immediately identified by his family, but the young man in the passenger seat remained unknown. As the photo became public domain, a Reddit user uploaded it to several forums, where it quickly gained traction. Then the internet did its thing. After a fatal accident in June of 1995 near Emporia, Virginia, the identity of one of the passengers remained a mystery, and his description didn't fit with any missing persons database. The young man had long dyed red hair and a Grateful Dead t-shirt, carrying nothing more than $1 in quarters, a yellow Bic lighter, and 2 scalped Grateful Dead concert tickets. For almost 2 decades, and after several rounds of testing, this John Doe remained unknown, becoming a favorite of online true crime fanatics, and appearing in several articles time and time again. One day, some people interested in the case opened a Reddit forum dedicated to the missing man, now nicknamed Grateful Doe, which initially attracted 800 users. As the authorities released a digitally reconstructed image of the man's face in 2012, a user uploaded it to the Reddit threads and other web sleuth websites alongside other artists' renditions of the man. The image also circulated in jam band and Grateful Dead forums. Doe's face and information became an almost immediate success, going viral and getting 500,000 views in over 2 days. The man was then recognized by his former roommate, as well as his half-brother. Doe was identified as Jason Callahan, a South Carolina native who had gone missing years before. Around the same time, a woman from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, spotted Grateful Doe's photo in a Facebook group, positively identifying him as Jason, a 19-year-old hitchhiker that had left home to follow his favorite band. The woman claimed to have filed a missing report for her son, but assumed he had simply run away. Jason Callahan was officially identified in 2015, and the young man remains one of the most impressive accomplishments for armchair digital detectives. Today, the r/Grateful Doe subreddit community is dedicated to finding closure for more families whose loved ones have gone missing or unidentified. Surely bugged. After a surprise finding, Yasir Afifi suddenly found the FBI knocking on his door. As a Silicon Valley college student took his car to the repair shop in 2010, his mechanic spotted something unusual strapped beneath the vehicle. Then a friend posted it on Reddit, and their problems started. In 2010, Yasir Afifi, a 20-year-old marketing student at Mission College of Egyptian heritage, identified a strange object beneath his car. Believing it was some sort of bomb, Afifi contacted a friend who submitted a photo of the device to Reddit under the handle Khaled the Gypsy with the caption, quote, "Does this mean the FBI is after us?" The post was immediately swarmed with comments, and top user Gene Mark P quickly recognized the device as an Orion Guardian ST-820, a GPS tracking unit commonly sold to law enforcement. A Reddit commenter that was concerned with the poster's well-being offered him sound advice and told him to contact a lawyer as soon as possible. The user claimed that removing the post could expose them to charges of interfering with a local, state, or federal investigation, potentially pissing off the FBI itself. Sure enough, only days later, as Afifi pondered selling the device on Craigslist, his roommate notified him that 2 sneaky-looking individuals were parked outside their home. As Afifi headed for his building's parking lot exit, 2 black SUVs pulled up next to him with flashing lights, carrying 4 police officers in bulletproof vests. Upon approaching Afifi, one of the agents identified himself as Vincent and requested his device back, as it was an expensive piece of federal property. When the student asked them if they had put the device in there, Vincent boldly replied, quote, "Yeah, I put it there. We're going to make this much more difficult for you if you don't cooperate." Afifi was questioned for what seemed like hours, with the inquiries mainly related to whether he knew of someone in Yemen or had overseas training. The men also showed him a made-up internet post from his friend, with fake posts regarding bombs and other terrorism-related activities. Upon telling the whole story on the web, Afifi's friend ended with the conclusion, quote, So yeah, now I'm surely being bugged. Afifi remains one of only a handful of people known to have found a government tracking device on their vehicle. RBI. In 2013, an unexpected college dorm room accident ignited one of the internet's greatest mysteries. The all-time top post on the subreddit r/RBI, or Reddit Bureau of Investigation, belongs to user ShadyBusiness15, who in April of 2013 posted pictures of a deconstructed extension cord. According to the user's post, he had taken apart the power strip from his college dorm to inspect the damaged room after the item violently blew a fuse. Upon further inspection, the user found that what was inside the plastic casing was not the sort of thing one would expect in such a common household item. Instead, he noticed a series of strange wires and a SIM card, complete with a serial number. The mystery surrounding ShadyBusiness15's modified extension lead remained the forum's most famous case for years. Still, somewhere within the almost 900 comments, several users eventually identified the mysterious device as surveillance equipment. By looking at the photos, Reddit users FryGuy101 and JetRink identified a microphone with a cellular uplink. One even provided a link to Amazon that looked exactly like the one the original user found inside his room. To judge by the comments, it seemed like somebody wanted a complete recollection of ShadyBusiness15's life. Meanwhile, the user also posted the pictures on another subreddit, r/whatisthisthing, where top commenter Topher587 responded, quote, "Your extension cord is a room bug. Someone calls the phone number on that SIM, and the extension cord auto-answers and listens to the room. Spooky." Although Reddit users never managed to identify who bugged ShadyBusiness15, Reddit commenters continued to theorize, from spying college roommates to helicopter parents or even the police. However, the user insists that he's not that interesting, especially pertaining to something law enforcement could be interested in. The user would eventually post an update, claiming that he found nothing after cross-referencing the serial number and checking his parents' call histories. A call to the SIM card would also reveal that the account had been closed. After contacting the bug's manufacturer to ask for the incoming call log, the company insisted they could only provide those records with a warrant. Since the last update, Reddit users have encouraged the original poster to try and get a warrant. However, no one has heard of ShadyBusiness15 since 2013. Circa cell. Although the first commercial cell phones didn't hit the retail market until the 1980s, one man claims to have spotted one much earlier. In 2010, the YouTube channel Yellow Fever Belfast, owned by Belfast filmmaker George Clark, caused a viral sensation by releasing a rather strange video. The footage dates all the way back to 1928 and shows the premiere of Charlie Chaplin's The Circus at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. The video shows a woman in the background holding what looks like a cell phone against her ear. The object's shape implies the woman is a time traveler using a modern mobile device, and according to Clark, the item could not be an ear trumpet, as she seemed to be talking into the machine. The video became a worldwide sensation as soon as it was posted, with more than 7 million views in 11 years. Thousands of commenters have provided alternative theories, while ruling out small radios that weren't developed until some time later. As the viewers continued to debate the scene, YouTube user Cranny Crenshaw recognized the item as a Siemens hearing aid, and an advertisement illustration of a 1925 phonophore became the most probable solution to the mystery. Cancer code. Dorothy Holm was unable to speak while losing the battle to brain cancer in 1994. However, before she passed, she scribbled long, unbroken strings of capital letters that made no apparent sense onto a series of 20 index cards for her grandchildren. Upon discovering them, neither the children nor their parents could make sense of the puzzles. Believing them to be song lyrics or simply cancer-addled ramblings, the family held on to the mystery for almost 2 decades. In 2014, Dorothy's grandchild, Jana Holm, decided to circulate the index cards on Metafilter, a forum website. Less than 15 minutes later, the mystery was solved. A user known as Harper Pitt immediately recognized the seemingly senseless ramblings as prayers, suggesting that a sequence of triple A's on the card could represent Amen, Amen, Amen. The commenter and another fellow Metafilter user, Jessa Min, cracked the code by pointing out that the letters matched the Lord's Prayer. Once the theory behind the letters was revealed, Harper Pitt and other web sleuths set about deciphering the remaining index cards. After stripping the entire King James Bible into acronyms, much of the remaining texts were decoded into several other prayers, finally providing closure to the Holm family. Thank you for watching Dark 5, the original channel in the Dark Documentaries family. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more fascinating content in your feed. Stay tuned.